I'm just gonna cut to the chase. Fang is a survivor coming to outcome memories at some point in the future. I last thought that the devs said he'd be showing up in V0.3, but a bunch of you guys have said that they deconfirmed that, so I'm probably wrong. I kinda struggled with this concept because, like Shadow, Fang has guns. It took me a little bit to figure out the best way to incorporate them into his moveset without him feeling just like Shadow. With the intro out of the way, let me get into how I think Fang could work in outcome memories. Let's kick our boy off with his core guns. I'd call the ability Akimbo Snipe. On activation, Fang would shift lock, raise his guns, that would take a second, and he'd fire 2 consecutive shots, one from each gun. The shots are not projectiles, but have a small hitbox extending for 80 studs. The shots would have a quarter of a second in between them, and if one of them hit, the EXE would be stunned for 2 seconds. Akimbo Snipe would have a 24-second cooldown. This ability on its own isn't real effective. However, when used in succession with another move of his, the results are much better. Fang's second ability would be Hunter's Slide. This would effectively be the same as Rouge's Slide from TD, but with an added boost. Like in TD, Fang would slide quickly and have a second and a half of iframes during it. Unlike TD, if he's attacked during the slide, he will flash white for a split second, indicating a temporary buff. This buff goes directly to his Akimbo Snipe, removing the beginning lag of the ability, increasing the stun duration to 4 seconds, and he gets iframes while shooting. The window of the buff only lasts for 3 seconds though, so you gotta make that time count. Hunter's Slide would have a 19-second cooldown. Fang's third and final ability would be Spike Trap. On activation, Fang would stop and place a gray 50% transparent panel on the ground. The animation itself would take 2 seconds. If an EXE runs over this panel, spikes would shoot out from it, stunning the EXE for a second and knocking them backwards a fair distance. The panels destroy upon triggering, and only 3 of them can exist within a match at the same time. Spike Trap would have a 31-second cooldown. The last part we need to cover about Fang is his solo. Like most of the other survivors, he'd receive a 50% reduction in incoming damage, and his current health would increase by 65. As for his abilities, Akimbo Snipe and Spike Trap would get buffs, in which the beginning lag for Akimbo Snipe and the animation for placing a Spike Trap would just be removed. That about wraps up this concept. As a little bonus to those of you who stayed till the end, I'm going to try doing the Fang voice lines one last time, and they'd all be in relevance to this concept. Now that I've figured out a place where I could be loud and uninterrupted, I can actually put some life into the lines and not sound so dull and dead. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.